Okay, we're going to be discussing and talking about the road test, what you guys need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and share this information with you. We're going to go over this. And then as I'm going along, I need you to put in some questions along the way to help you understand. And then we're going to continue on forward. So we want to continue and elevate. I thought driving was really good today. A lot of students have made increased comfort. They're making better decisions, better speed control, three-point turns, going through the roundabouts, merging on the expressway, maneuverability around big cyber trucks, going into neighborhoods where there are large areas where you really have to turn the wheel. So I know where to take you as an instructor, but you got to be you have to want and be willing to get better. And most of you will do well. Typically, there are students who do fall along the cracks, and we're going to talk about how they fall, why they fail. And I think this is really going to be helpful to you. And if you really want to pass the test, you should be listening. Failing the road test can happen for a variety of reasons, ranging from minor mistakes to critical errors. A minor mistake is maybe bumping the curb. A critical error is running the light. A critical error is going in the wrong lane. So I'm going to go over 30 factors that cause teens and adults to fail, along with examples of passing and failing scenarios. So if you really want to learn, you need to be listening. The chat will be open, and I need you to put questions in along the way. So all of you are learning. Number one, failure to obey traffic signs and signals. All of you should know, unless you're colorblind, red is the light at the top, yellow in the middle, green is at the bottom. I've driven students who are colorblind. So you as a beginning driver need to understand the light. Some lights turn fast, some lights turn slow. The cycle varies. So most of them are based on the volume of traffic. So you as a beginning driver, you just got to calm down. Look at the intersection. Passing, coming to a complete stop at a stop sign before proceeding. That's basic. But a lot of you, in terms of beginning drivers, won't do that. So build good habits and stop. If you're in your neighborhood and there's a stop sign, stop. If you have a neighborhood that has a yield sign, and a lot of your neighborhoods don't have those, yield. If a vehicle comes, your yield becomes a slowdown. You let cars go by. So failing, rolling stops through a stop sign without stopping. That is failing. And it seems so minimal, but a lot of beginners don't do that. Number two, improper lane usage. Passing is staying in the correct lane. If you're making a right turn, you turn in the nearest lane. Okay, well, what if the first lane to the right is blocked? You complete your turn, you turn on your blinker, you look over your shoulder, you check, and you get to the next available lane. Always take control of your destiny, and that's what I need all of you to do. I need you to drive with a purpose. And when you drive with a purpose, you're going to be more successful. So stay in the correct lane using your signal. Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you enjoy my live. It's really going to be fun today. Please put in your questions. Let's keep going. Drifting into the bike lane. We saw a bike lane today. The major lane is cut. It becomes a skinny lane. There's a bike lane about 3 to 5 feet. You cannot drive there. It's specifically for bikes. You need to know what that is. Next, number three, incomplete stops. That goes back to bad habits. If you or your instructor gets lazy and you start rolling through stop signs, your mom and dad don't correct you, you roll through stop signs, you get lazy in your neighborhood, you roll through stop signs, you're going to get a ticket because you don't have good fundamentals and habits. And you're going to blow through a stop sign, and you're going to get a ticket, which is a moving violation or civil infraction. Go. Hurry up. Make sure you come back. So you want to stop behind the stop line. That's that big, thick white line or stop bar. You need to stop behind her. So important. Next, let's keep going. Maintaining or driving too slow. Many of you still drive too slow. That second, that third, that fourth drive, you drive too slow. I had a road test waiver to get my license. That is good, but you still need to practice, and my class will help you. Tell your friends we're online. If you get a road test waiver for a unique situation, you still have to practice. We're talking about driving as a lifelong skill. Driving teachers teach year round. Driver's education goes on year round. Now, if it's really bad weather, snow, fog, rain, obviously it stops till the bad weather's done, but we teach year round. So you have to be this good driver. We're talking about 5, 7, 10 years from now. You don't get your license for one day and, oh, I'm a bad driver. You don't get it for 30 days, oh, I'm a bad driver. You don't get it for 45 days. Most of you will be driving around your 11th grade year, a 10th grade year, okay? So you as a person want to get better. You want to go to Chicago. You want to go to Cedar Point. You want to go to Windsor, Ontario. You want to go to Dallas, Texas. You want to go on those road trips because part of you, when you become a junior, senior, you're going to go to Florida. You're going to go to Atlanta, Georgia. But if you don't know how to drive, you know no directions, you won't go. Okay? Your parents are really important when they teach you, and they need to make time for you. And we'll talk about that as we go along. Parents need to teach you and support you 100%. At the beginning, you will drive too slow. And if you go under the speed limit, that is automatic failure. Example, going 35, we're talking about first driving too slow. Going too slow can impede traffic. It's a dangerous situation. Going too fast. Let's use the speed limit is 25, but you're going 35. You're going 10 over. Okay? And now you're going to get a ticket, automatic failure, because you're not showing the road tester you had the discipline to control your vehicle, and it's automatic failure. Well, you can't say, well, the road tester failed me. You failed yourself. Really important. Thank you for the follow. Let's keep going. All right, let's talk about poor steering control. A lot of you are still using one hand. You will crash. How many times do I need to tell you? On your road test, if you drive in one hand, you're going to fail. That is a dangerous controlled maneuver. And many of you say the road tester let me drive in one hand. No, you don't have a good road tester. Because if you drive in one hand and someone pulls out in front of you, a kid goes out in front of you, you're going to swerve it up or down. If you have both hands on the wheel, you can do a controlled maneuver. So it's real out here. So poor steering control is one of the biggest things I see for you as beginning drivers. You make the wheel too small at the top. You put your hands at the bottom of the wheel. Have both of your hands on the wheel. I don't care what your parents do. I don't care what your parents do. If you want to pass your test, have both hands on the wheel. Letting the wheel slip through the hands is failure. A lot of people leave comments, this, that. You're not really taking your road test. You're just doing some random stuff. It's true. Okay? Keep both hands on the wheel, 9 and 3, 10 and 2, or 7 and 5. Letting the wheel spin through your hands potentially could be automatic failure. Let's talk about failure and yield the right of way. A lot of beginners, and we go through 4-way stops, 3-way stops, roundabouts. Many of you, 80% of you, don't understand yield the right of way. I need each of you to put in an example of yield the right of way. Okay? Again, put in an example of yielding the right of way. Please do this right now. How do you get over nervousness? First of all, you need to follow me. I'm a state certified driving instructor. And if I go on here an hour or 2 hours, I'm going to help you answer. It's called gradual exposure. You start in your neighborhood. You start in a comfortable area. You go from your home to school, from school to your job. Gradual exposure. Okay? Slow down and be ready to stop. Thank you. I'm looking for 20,000 likes, 20,000 hearts. We need to make this happen tonight. Let's go. I'm looking for those glitter badges. Let's get it, baby. Okay, rules of the right of way. Cars on the expressway have the right of way when you're merging. If a car gets at the intersection before you, they have the right of way. If 4 cars come together at the same time, the car on the right has the right of way. If you're not sure, then what you need to do is give them the right of way. Because it still happens today. We're on drive 3. You don't know the rules of the right of way. We're on drive 4. You don't know the rules of the right of way. We're on drive 5. That's an easy way to fail and have an accident, particularly in your neighborhoods, because a lot of drivers get relaxed. They take off their seatbelt. They're not paying attention. They get on the phone. And then someone from an opposite direction you don't see hits you. Okay? It happens all the time. I see it every day. I'm not going to lie to you. Passing, waiting for pedestrian to fully cross. Failing, cutting off a pedestrian at a crosswalk. That's a great way to fail. And then you're going to cry and say, my road tester failed me. No, you failed a road test because you made a major error. All road testers have an evaluation sheet. I can't show it to you. They have an evaluation sheet. You have to approach the intersection. You have to yield a right of way. There's a lot of material. And some of you simply are not ready for the road test. I'm nervous. I have anxiety. I don't have enough time. Because I teach segment 2. You have to be 16 and have 50 hours to drive. A lot of students don't have 50 hours. Some are 17. Some are 18. Some of your nieces and nephews are going to wait till they're 18. I'll just wait till I'm 18 to take the state test. Okay, but you still need practice. Next, let's talk about improper turns. A lot of questions I get, how do I make a right turn? Go in slow to your turn and gently accelerate out. Would you recommend paying money for a private test? Yes, that is recommended. You need to reach out to me and click the link, reach out to me. Yes, I can give you information. Private tests are good. Private instruction are good. I've done those before. I've taught adults. I've taught teens. I've taught people in their 30s and 40s and 50s. Everyone is different. Sometimes people need a personal coach one-on-one, and that's so important. Okay? So improper turns in the closest lane without crossing lines. Swinging wide. A lot of you are still going too fast into the turn and going across the left side of the street. Automatic failure. You look at me, I look at you. You don't have control of your car. I'm not going to rescue you anymore. You have to know what you're doing. I talk to your parents. They're very nice. They're very caring. And I let them know, hey, you need work. Or, hey, you have 1s and you should have 3s. Or you have a 0 because you made a huge mistake. I'm not going to lie to your parents. And your parents will cut my head off. You better be telling me the truth. One parent said that to me today. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Okay, because I'm not going to lie to you and your parent to say you're good to drive and then you crash the whip. Okay? So not checking blind spots. A lot of you are looking over the wrong shoulder, or you're scared to make a quick blind spot check. Look over your shoulder. Look where you're going. Okay? In terms of steering, hand over hand is the most effective for parallel parking and making right turns. The argument is hand over hand or hand to hand. That'll be going on forever. And people love making 2 videos. Oh, I'm going to do a hand over hand, a hand to hand. The large majority of your parents turn hand over hand. You watch me, you watch your mom, you watch your dad, you watch your sister, you watch video games. You will turn in a way that's comfortable for you. But if you're trying to parallel park in a small, tight space, you got to turn hand over hand. We're preparing you for the road test. And that's really important. If you get put off for speeding, you're going to get a ticket and lose your license because you didn't learn that you should not be speeding. So relying only on mirrors, hitting a cone during parallel parking, because we're doing a lot of 3-point turnarounds, a lot of you are looking out your back window. And I feel good, and I tell you that. So you really need to know what you're doing. Unsafe backing. Let's talk about this. Checking mirrors and looking over your shoulder while reversing. That's passing. Backing up without looking or nearly hitting the curb, that's failing. A lot of you would do that because your instructor really did not hit those foundational tools. Because I drive other instructors' students. I can tell if your instructor has taught you. I can tell if they let you go. And then you're going to be a reckless driver, not getting your license and fail your road test a second or third time, and then you're going to be crying. That's on you. Okay? No, son, I don't, because I have a perfect driving record. So, Lord, you are wrong. Clock that.
Myles, real quick.
Yeah.
Angelina, you hear me? You need to stop talking. Okay? Nod your head that yes, I understand. I shouldn't have to do this at this point in time. With this secure location, the people won't be calling for you. Please, you can stay in by yourself. Thank you.
Angelina, you hear my man's talk to you? If we got to address you again, I'm putting you out, bro. Don't care. Okay, Curtis, Angelina, that's it. If he reminds you again, you're going to lose credit. I'm just being real with you. 100% deuces. I'm going to clock that. So we call you again. You can tell your mom and dad. Don't care. Driving is a privilege, not a right. All of you need to understand this. And this is why you guys are here in some makeup class, because you messed up or you got in trouble or you got a makeup. So we shouldn't have to remind you of this. It is what it is. If you care about it, you'll listen. If you don't, then you don't. Tell your parents that, please, and thank you. So let's talk about parallel parking. Parallel parking is one of the most important things, and a lot of you won't be able to parallel park. Our state and a lot of states mandate parallel parking. You have to be able to line your car, reverse back at a 45 angle, turn the wheels all the way to the right, back in within 12 inches or less from the curb. If you hit the curb, failure. If you're more than 12 inches out, failure. What don't you guys understand? Your parents don't practice it with you. You don't practice when you go to downtown areas. You're embarrassed if you got a bunch of friends in the car and you can't parallel park. So you got to get ready during your probationary period and your intermediate period to get better. Thank you for that gift. Real talk. You have to get better. And the only way you do that is put in work, work, work. Real talk. So passing is parking within 12 inches of the curb and not hitting it. Okay? Next. Failing is being 2 feet away from the curb. After I made my turn, can I let it flow with my... No, automatic failure. I went over that. No, turn out. Let's keep going. Failure to use turn signals. It's one of the most basic things because you got to be considerate of other drivers. And if you really want to learn, you got to start caring more about other people than yourself. And as I sit here online looking at faces or names, I care about you more than anyone else right now because I'm in the car with you. And if you make a mistake, we go off the road. If you're not paying attention, Lil, can we see your face, please? Can we just see your face? Can you put the camera down? Can you put your computer down? We're not going to ask you. I'm just going to have you removed. So put it down or leave. Make your decision. I need that camera or phone down. If I'm going to see half your face, you going to go. I already asked you that. And then your parents are going to say, what happened? I'm going to say, look at the video. I don't want to have to address you anymore. Do you understand me?
Is it not?
Girl, come on, stop playing with me. We don't see your face.
Okay.
So don't play. If you don't want to be here, tell me. We trying to teach. We trying to learn. We're not going to beg high school students to stay on camera. Don't play, girl. Nick, you okay? Nick, why don't you turn on your light, big dog? Nick up over there in the dark, like he outside playing boo-boo. Turn on the light, son. Don't play. Y'all are playing too much. But the truth is here. We trying to help you. We trying to get you going. You okay, Grace? Don't cry. You all right? Uh-huh. All right, Grace. Stay on point. So I really take driving serious, and a lot of you just don't. It's not important to you. You're sitting in the light. You're asking random questions. If you really want to learn, here it is. I take my driving test Tuesday. I'm so nervous. Listen to what I'm saying. Take notes. Ask questions. All right, let's go back. All right, so failure to signal. You got to signal. What up, Brooklyn? How you doing? You got to signal 100 feet, a half a block. This lets people behind you know, hey, I'm turning. The worst feeling is being hit from behind, and you know you could have reduced it. Many of you are checking the mirror more now. I applaud you because we're trying to ingrain that into you. You are better than my last month's class, but it takes a lot of energy. Some of you are making good progress. Some of you are making slow progress. It depends on the environment that we are driving in. When you're going around a curve, you want to squeeze your brake before you go into the curve. Beginning drivers go too fast and they lose control. So slow down before you enter the curve. Stopping too close to vehicles. Passing is leaving a safe distance 3 to 4 seconds behind. Failing is tailgating. Some of you were tailgating today. We couldn't see the rear of the tires. And if we get hit, we're going to have the second collision hit the other car. I'm trying to prevent us from being in danger, but a lot of you don't understand danger yet. And that's what a good teacher does. Next, ignoring school zones. Many of you are in school, college, community college. Slow down to 25 miles an hour in a school zone. Failing is speeding through a school zone during active hours. It's your responsibility. Your mom won't be telling you this. Your dad won't be telling you this. Your uncle, your auntie. You have a person who is an expert in the area. You need to learn. Hey, I need 20K. I'm looking at 670. Come on, team. Let's get it. What's up, Kylie? Let's keep going. Improper merge. Matching the speed smoothly. That's passing. Failing is stopping or going too slow. We did that today. We were going too slow on the ramp. Traffic is in the average of about 77 miles an hour. We got to get up to speed and sit in that first lane and calm down and start driving. Right turn, running red lights. A lot of beginners do that. Passing or stopping safely at a yellow light if possible. If you can stop safely in 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, you slow down. If you can't stop, you proceed with caution, but you still can get a ticket for running a yellow light. Okay? So that is so important that you build good habits of not running yellow lights. That's an automatic failure. You got to really practice. And from reading some of the comments, you're saying a lot of you aren't really practicing. You're doing that fake practice, going around the block one time, and I'm good for the test. You could pass, you could not. Most likely, you might barely pass. And then when traffic comes, you're going to run a light and have an accident. I don't want that to happen to you. Real talk. Hesitation. A lot of you hesitate. Being overly cautious, going into a roundabout, making a left turn, merging on the expressway. You have to really understand the environment, and it's my job to teach you and help you. I asked to be in this profession. I didn't say, hey, I'm going to be a driving instructor and just teach people. I asked to be here because I have a fondness with cars, and I like students to reach the next goal. A lot of you are the future, but you don't realize it because you don't prepare properly. And if you don't prepare properly, you're going to struggle. Real talk. I don't want you to struggle. Adjusting for the weather conditions. Turning on your headlights in rain or snow. Failing is driving too fast on wet roads. Also, failing is waiting too long at a green light, causing a traffic backup. Many of you do this making left turns because you pause. You look to the left, you look to right, but I need you to look straight at oncoming traffic. So I have to tell you, look straight. Oh, you're like, okay, I got it. Now let's keep going. I'm trying to get 20K. I'm at almost 1K. I'm at 966. I need you guys to contribute. Let's keep going. Not scanning at intersections. That's one of the biggest things I see. And if I tell you in your first drive, your second drive, your third drive, you're really going to excel. And I go back to Blake. I know you hate on Blake, but Blake does a good job. Okay? Carson is starting to do a good job. Okay? Benjamin is starting to do a good job. They're checking traffic before they make a left turn. I'm going to describe to you how my drivers went today. Nina, I thought did pretty good. Good speed control. We're a little tired in the morning. It happens. We're human. But we had to get on the freeway. We got gas. We had good speed control. It takes a few minutes to get out there and drive, right? Sophia did a good job, good speed control once you get comfortable. And then Anna did a nice job because if you drive back to back to back with your instructor's going to start learning your personality. You're going to start learning what I need to see you do, and the open communication is there. You're not nervous if I tell you, hey, I need you to check your blind spot. You're not scared if I tell you you're going too slow. You're not scared if I tell you look over your shoulder. A good instructor is supposed to tell you what you're doing wrong. And don't take it personal. I'm trying to get you better, okay? Let's talk about Carson. Carson had good speed control, learning how to drive on the expressway, had nice right turns, left turns, going through unusual roundabouts, kind of in a rural area. That's a little bit different than doing a roundabout in a city. I want to encourage you to have your friends come on. Let's go. Next, I thought Blake did a good job, had good speed control. Parking is really good. Had a nice merge on the expressway, kept his speed up. Blake had a lot of semi trucks And he had to pick up speed, slow down, pick up speed, slow down, make a lane change, not stay in cars' blind spots. We're in the left lane, cars are flying. If we get back to the right, we're going to be behind the truck. So Benjamin was very flexible at taking good coaching. And then Blake did a good job. So sometimes you hate on people who are at the top, but Blake is on top because he's got good speed control. He's got a good observation. He looks to the left. He looks to the right. Why not tell you about a person who's doing well and tell you what they're doing well on, and you do as well as him or better? Okay, Emily's doing a good job, good steering. Natalie's doing a good job, good steering, good speed control. Okay, so we're starting to get better all the time, and it's positive manifestation all the time. I'm always trying to be positive. You'll never run into a more positive person than me. Sincere did a good job on the expressway, nice speed control. He said he had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Good speed control. Went to downtown. We saw the Cybertrucks. We went over to Grace's neighborhood, backed in driveways, 3-point turnarounds, narrow driveways. That's where a lot of you are learning how to drive, because I'm taking you to more difficult areas. And if I want you to get better, I'm going to take you to difficult areas. I'm not going to waste your time and just have you drive straight. That's boring. And if your instructor's doing that, you're not learning. So I can look at my students and think of what they did, okay, and just improving. Leo had a nice drive too, pretty consistent, smooth. So we're just always trying to get better every single time, okay. Jenny had a good speed control. Nice job. Jenny drives tomorrow. You know, sunshine, happy, kind of witty sense of humor. I like people with senses of humor, right? I don't like people who just sit there looking all sad and tired. Bring your energy up. Come on, let's bring life up in here, right? So you got to scan intersections. That's the most dangerous area that we could have an accident. And I learned that in my training. And I'm always supporting you. Like, I side eye you, but I'm looking in the front. I'm looking to the left. I'm looking to the right. Click the link in the bio. Set up a coaching call with me. Then I can tell you. Okay, let's keep going. Improper use of high beams. Some of you, when you're turning on the blinker, turn on your high beams. So you got to make sure your high beam lights are not on. There's a little blue light on the dashboard. That means your high beam's on. And I simply cut it off because you're already overloaded. Blinding other drivers with high beams. That does happen. Stalling your vehicle, whether you're driving an automatic or manual. If you hit the gas, let off, hit the gas, let off, you're going to lose points. I'm happy you got your license on Friday. Now you need to start watching my videos and follow me and join my live, and then I can help you. Let's keep going. Ignoring the examiner. If your examiner tells you to make a right turn, he or she is not going to put you in a dangerous maneuver. Listen to them. They're a state examiner. They've done this. Okay? I know examiners. I have an examiner on my phone. Okay? And you simply got to be prepared. And that's so important. Your parents are got to take you out. Not following directions, making an illegal turn because you're confused. And then you blame it on the examiner. That's your fault. So don't put a comment in, the examiner failed me. My road tester failed me. No, you failed yourself. That's so random. Have ownership in what you do. Rolling back on a hill. This is why you put your park brake up. You put it in park, you pull up your park brake. I heard someone this morning when I left the office. I heard that park brake go up, then they got out of the car. I'm like, great. Rolling backwards more than a foot. That causes a collision. Okay? How you park brake on. Not yielding for emergency vehicles. Pulling over safely for the sirens. If you can pull over in time, pull over. If you can't, you pause. You let them drive around. You don't block an ambulance by not moving. Get over to the right if possible. Stopping on a railroad track. Okay, I need you to put some questions in. Okay? For our road test, how long do we drive? It's about 45 minutes. You drive for about 45 minutes. They're going to take you in a residential neighborhood. They're going to take you in an industrial business district. You're going to go on the main thoroughfares. You might go through some roundabouts. You're going to make right turns, left turns, lane changing. They have about 4 routes that they take people on. Many of you say, I just went around the block and passed my test. Wrong. You're not telling the truth. You're lying, right? What up? How you doing? What's up, sport? You're my favorite student too. Drop some hearts, drop some likes. I'm trying to get to 20K. So a true road tester will take you in all areas. A lazy road tester will get reported to the state and they're going to lose their license. So I don't believe, well, my road tester just took me around the block. No, your road tester just took your money. And then they're going to endorse that you can drive. And if you have a crash, your family can say, I thought your road